It would certainly be the end for now. I think if they can't move forward on the debate, they're going to have to come back probably with something that has enough support for it to move the actual underlying legislation.
But if they can't vote to agree to debate, and that's what this is, this vote is the agreeal to begin the debate process that would then require another vote to actually repeal and replace. If they can't agree to that, what is that saying?
Well, it doesn't speak well of where the party stands on this issue, for sure. But, you know, I think there are probably some senators who have trepidation about voting to proceed because they're going to be forced to vote on other things, and they don't know what the end game is. I think my point is that if there was a clear end game, you know, you maybe would come back and do another one of these votes on a motion to debate and then have an underlying bill. It is unclear here. You know, there's a number of things that are likely to happen with this if this motion to proceed goes forward. Obamacare repeal is likely to be voted on. It's likely to fail. The Senate health care bill is likely to be voted on. It's likely to fail. And then, of course, there is some view that where senators would end up is a dumbed-down version to repeal Obamacare.
And this looks like, guys, it's going to come down. And John Harwood, I believe, is joining us. And John, based on the vote count right now that I am seeing, this is going to come down, oddly enough, to the senior senator from perhaps the single most important state that flipped the election for Donald Trump, and that is Wisconsin. Ron Johnson has yet to vote, and is Ron Johnson really going to be the decision maker here?
I doubt that Ron Johnson will vote to stop debate here, but you never know. He's been somewhat unpredictable in this process. Of course, John McCain also hasn't voted. But on the question you were talking about earlier to Sarah, I just got off the phone with a strategist familiar with Mitch McConnell's thinking, who said that one of the reasons that they've been able to get the votes as close as they are right now, they just need to get these last two in order to begin debate, is because they recognize, to your earlier question, that it's not going to be the end if it fails, that this issue is still going to be hanging around. They're still going to have pressure from their base. And so a vote to begin debate with an uncertainty about what comes out of it is a kick-the-can solution. It's going to delay it. If they can ultimately get that so-called skinny repeal, they'll have a conference with the House. Don't know how long that conference will go on, and there is a risk that if it goes on very long, it's going to delay the ability to move on tax reform.
Senator Ron Johnson, according to Twitter, is coming through the subway and walking up to vote right now, so there will be clarity there. Sarah, really, I mean, we can't put this thing to bed if this. When can we move on to tax reform?
Well, look, I think it's appalling. I mean, just speaking as a Republican, I'm really frustrated that there isn't a clear bill and a president championing it and, you know, members of the House and Senate behind it. But it's complicated, and there are many factions within the Republican Party, and the factions have grown bigger and wider in the last election cycle. And so, you know, this is where we are, and absent a president with his own plan charging to Congress, it's hard to get these things done. And so I think ultimately I do believe something's going to get done because for Republicans, it has to get done.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.